Hey, I'm gonna need time to keep all this. We're recording, right?
Oh, we are. Oh shit.
Oh man, see, it's gonna be a fun day.
Oh yeah. What's up? Let's do it.
Life can be beautiful if you let it.
In the bowl.
Yo, 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 what do you know? Welcome to In the Bowl Podcast. I'm your host, Nas.
It's your guy Tallman, live from Dubai.
And as always, In the Bowl Podcast is sponsored by your very own nation's #1 mobile hookah provider, Sisha to You. But they not only do private events, they do wholesale distribution and take it to the next level. What is happening? What is happening? If you are a Sisha fan, make sure you hit that click, like, and subscribe. It's good, dog.
What is going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, I can't complain, man. I can't complain. You know.
I hear the ice in your cup, man. Sounds like you all set for tonight's show.
You know it, you know it. And speaking of that, we gotta do a toast. Just another week, another opportunity, another day, on this side of the earth. Cheers.
Exactly. And my Cali voice, another one.
There you go.
So what's going on, man? How was your weekend?
Bad. Smacked up on some fantasy. And they got that dub. A good time. It was they showed up, showed out. For all the believers and non-believers after that Arizona game.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the football recap towards the end. I got a couple choice words, couple feelings, couple of I need to get some things off my chest regarding football, man. But yeah, your boy snuck out another one, man.
Hey, it's it happens.
Nah, man, it's all good, man. But I know we chatted a little bit over the weekend, because like you were doing a little post Labor Day swimming. So what was going on with that?
Yeah, that's my thing, man. That's my thing. So it's it's my strategy to it's like a double win, right? It's one, get the little one out busy, like I told you, she in soccer, we got her swimming, and I was very intentional on making sure that they were on Saturday mornings back to back.
Okay.
By 1 o'clock, she is worn out. I'm worn out. But yeah, man. Now I got her swimming, so I decided when she goes swimming and she's with her, with her coach and everything like that, why not? Why not get some exercise in, right? So,
okay.
Myself in there, I do some laps, trying to get that up. And the crazy thing is, man, I don't know, like even when you're swimming, you don't think about it, but you sweat. Like like swimming ain't no joke. Swimming
This is
ain't no
true.
joke, and that's a tough sport, man. That's a lot of cardio, form, and that's a tough sport.
Yeah, man. Swimming's a good workout, man. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie, man. It was I forgot what was going on Saturday, but it was Saturday evening, and I got the alert on my watch that Nas finished the workout. It's like swimming 3.1 miles. And I'm not gonna lie, I looked at my watch and I said, man, this dude is probably at, at the pool with the little one just kicking his feet in the water, man. Ain't no way that man did 3.1 miles in the pool, man. So gonna tell you to your face, man. I was kind of hating for a brief second until I sent that text message.
No, and I respect that. So my watch probably did pick up a little bit more than I probably did. I definitely can do 3.1 miles. At least I don't feel like it. My body felt like it, but I know I'm not at that level yet. I respect that sport. So I ain't gonna act like 3.1 miles is a walk in the park. But I did. I feel like I did quite a few laps. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a full 3.1 miles, but whatever number I did will stay with myself, and I still got my workout in.
Oh man, I can dig it, man. Because on this side, the weekend was pretty cool. We had a 3-day weekend because it was a holiday on Friday here. So I know last week, we were talking about a particular airline, which some folks seem to have taken offense to, but appreciated everyone in the comments giving us their thoughts and opinions on that airline. But we
Sure.
did something wild, man. We took the Spirit version of a European air carrier to Europe, right? So our friends have been telling us about this airline for a while. They were like, hey, you can get some great deals. You can get a flight to Europe for like $100-$200 round trip. But they were like, we gotta warn you though. I mean, it's low budget. You get what you pay for. So I was like, all right, well, I mean, back in the States, I used to use a couple of the low budget carriers, going down to, either Miami or going down to JA. So I was like, I'm cool. I know what to expect, man. So we get to the airport and the check-in line is like 500 people deep.
See, that blows.
So off the break, I'm already, a little anxious because, we flew out of Abu Dhabi, so we had to catch Uber down to this mall down the street. Then from there we hopped on a charter bus, to head to the airport and get dropped off because it was cheaper, because the ride down to Abu Dhabi is like maybe like $115, one way, if you take an Uber or a cab. So this little dollar bus, was like $8. So I was like, all right, nah, I'll give it a try, So we get there, we're checking in, going through the motions. Already the flight is delayed. So I'm like, yeah, this is about to be a wild trip. But then on top of that, the seats we bought, it was book bag seats only, not carry on, book bag.
That shit blows.
Yeah, so trying to fit, 2-3 days worth of your life into a book bag, going to another country. I mean, it's some things you leave out because also they were like, it was a weight restriction. So at first it was like you could only bring 7 kgs, which is like 15 pounds. And then the night before we found out it was 10 kgs. So the bag is already 2.5 kg. So again, you're moving with limited stuff. So we get to the airport and they don't even weigh the bags. So I'm like, okay, note to self for next time. Because there was definitely some essential things that were left out the bag. When I tell you that your boy was walking around Central Europe looking for a grocery store at 8 in the morning to find toothpaste and lotion.
It gets real.
It gets real, man.
It gets
Definitely
real.
clocked in a mile and a half on a hunt, for toothpaste and lotion, 2 essential things. 'Cause, we're like, we got a little bit, that's something that when we get there, we can grab. Because, I mean, every store, has toothpaste and lotion, so, so we made it out there, things were straight. We went to Vienna, Austria, so we were there for 2 days, for my lady's birthday, so we did the tour of the city and, went to the oldest cafe and got some of the apple strudel, which was amazing.
Apple strudel.
And then went to the next oldest cafe. They were like 3, 4, 5 years younger than the first one. They had a nice chocolate cake there. So we did that. But I would say one of
call it a soccer cake. Some folks call it a marble cake.
Nah. So this is, to me, it felt a lot like like black cake. it was like a solid, rich, cake, minus the rum. That had like a chocolate, a layer of chocolate on top, like a thin, chocolate bar. I mean, it was cool, but I mean, it was really rich. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely preferred the apple strudel, over the cake. But I mean, while you're there, everybody's like, you gotta check this spot out, so we definitely, stopped in for a second, got that one, takeaway. But the highlight of the trip, two things, man. One, we went to this abbey that was ran by Catholic monks that make their own wine, and we got a little bit of wine. I'm not gonna lie, man. That wine was probably top three most disgusting things I've ever consumed in my life. The wine or whatever it is we had, that definitely was not their forte. But I did take two swigs of it before dinner and was like, all right, that's enough, man. Now I need to go brush and rinse all over again and get my palate back right for dinner, man.
Yeah.
But that was cool. And then man, we found the Vapianos out there, because Vapianos, that's my spot, man. So
that's the spot after that spot.
Yeah, so once they shut down in the DMV, anytime there's a Vapiano's, I'm all in. And we had one out here in Dubai, at the Dubai Mall, and it's cool, but it doesn't have my folks in there. It doesn't have Antoine, chefing it up. Doesn't have my man Los at the bar. Doesn't have the rest of the team there. So it wasn't the same feeling. But to experience Vapiano's in Europe, where they come from. That was cool. The pasta definitely hit the spot, man. So it was a good meal. But all in all, like I said, it was a good trip. Backpacking through Europe for 2 days. Definitely gonna try to do it again. I said the next time we do it, it has to be a American holiday. Where it's a 3-day weekend. Because when it's a local holiday, a 3-day weekend, everybody's traveling. Because some ladies in line were like, yeah, this line usually isn't as crazy. It's because it's a holiday. I was like, I get it, but all in all, the flight, it was what it was. I mean, you pay for your snacks, you pay for your seats.
Pay for water.
Exactly. I mean, they did nickel and dime you for everything. So
that's why I don't know. When people sit there and say they're the most cost effective airline, I mean, I guess it's the same thing as say I just need 4 wheels to get me from A to B. You know what I'm saying? I guess.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? You get that mission accomplished, and I get it by any means. But sometimes, man, that shit just start adding up. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Sometimes that thing is just, it's another thing, and when people do have something like that that's affordable, them lines, man, them lines in the morning or Monday morning or whenever you coming back, shit.
It could be crazy.
Come on, man.
It could be crazy, but I mean, if done right, when we first got there, we popped in the lounge because we had about 30 minutes to spare, so we went in the lounge, had a nice little meal. Food was actually pretty good in the lounge. So stopping there, had some food and some beverages, grabbed some water for the road, so we were good. So we didn't have to worry about buying too much of the, I don't want to say the frills, but the benefits or whatever it is, the additions, the add-ons on the plane.
Yeah.
So that worked out. My only gripe is, man, the seats didn't recline. I'm like, come on, man. So 5 hours, I'm sitting at a 90-degree angle in an economy seat. So
I was about to ask you, 5 hours, and them seats be hard as shit.
Yeah, man. It felt like I was riding like an old metro train. Remember the old metro trains that just had the hard seat where there was no cushion on it. That's how it felt.
Yeah, blows.
Yeah, that's the downside. But I mean, luckily, plan ahead better next time, and spend a little extra, for the extra row seats. The extra row seats were blocked off, so we couldn't even book them. So. I think we got a pretty good game plan going into flight number 2, whenever that is. But like I said, man, all in all, it was cool though, man. It was cool.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. I mean, I think, like you say, I think being over there, you get that opportunity to travel all those areas, right? And I think that's pretty dope. I think that's pretty dope. That's
Yeah,
what.
and that's one of the things I like about Europe because I mean, if we would have had more time, if we would have been there like 4 days, they had a day trip to Prague, a day trip to Budapest, so literally you're paying $200 for this flight, and then you can bounce around to other countries, so that's definitely a win-win. So I think I said my next time to Europe will be in the spring. You know how I feel about cold weather, and it's starting to get a little chilly in Europe. So 2024, I think we're gonna have some pretty nice trips lined up.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That should be a good time. Definitely be a good time.
But hey, before we get too far though, I wanted to say a few things about the shooting that happened at Morgan State. You see, I threw on my track jacket this morning. So I hope that everything is resolved at Morgan because it sounded like a pretty senseless event with 5 people who were injured during some sort of a shooting. Details are still coming out. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit here and break down the whole situation. I'm sure in days to come, more will come out in regards to what happened, why it happened, and where it happened. But
Yeah.
and I'm just glad there were no casualties,
Yeah. Sure.
and
That shit.
everyone is good.
That's just crazy. This is the way the world is, right? It's like you just trying to get an education, you just trying to chill, you just mind your own business, and then
Exactly.
you can't go to some of the simple places, or the places where you think you should be safe at, you just can't even go to.
Nah, man, and it's happening far too often, man. It's it used to be something that happened once in the blue moon. It's like every week or every month, we're talking about some sort of incident that's happening, at the school. But
Yeah.
it's definitely unfortunate, though. Definitely unfortunate,
Yeah,
and I know.
definitely.
I was gonna say I know this is probably a rough segue transition, but it ties right in. So after 20 plus years, they finally arrested someone who was involved in Tupac's shooting,
Yeah.
his murder, man. So I mean, so what do you think about that after 20 years?
I mean, I'm just glad they found the individual, right? I mean, I'm just glad they found him, right? Or and did their due diligence. I think that's definitely unresolved cold cases, and that's where it's tough at, right? Like some people need closure. All of us need closure, in some form or fashion. Closure sometimes even just having the last words or something of that magnitude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Going way too soon. Whether you're a fan of them or not. You know what I'm saying? Just going way too soon, and I'm glad they found him. You know what I'm saying? They found him. And I think what I'm saying. You do it. You make your bed, you lay into it. You know what I'm saying? Just like they said,
yeah,
everything that's in the dark comes to light at some point. His
yeah.
number,
No, that's true, man.
his number was called. We got him. That's good.
Yeah, and dude have been doing a lot of talking, man. I think a lot of interviews. I think he started to really get comfortable, with talking about the situation because
Yeah.
when the man said I was in the car, I was in the back seat. I mean, right there, that's an admission that you are placing yourself at the scene of the crime, and you definitely had some
You know.
involvement in it. So that's kind of hard to to look past.
Yeah.
And the man said like 2 or 3 times in interviews. I'm like, I don't know about that, man.
I mean, maybe he was tired of running. Maybe he wanted to get it off his chest and let him come get him. Maybe he was tired of it. Maybe that finally started hitting his conscience. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just glad it started coming out, right? Maybe he can put that behind him now, and not put it behind him, but reflect on it.
Yeah,
You know,
nah, man, I agree, man. So what else is going on in your world?
not that even just going back to the weekend. It's pumpkin season, man. It's fall. Times are crazy. People acting crazy, and it's a big story. Was what do you think about this, right? So this came out the other day. And now this is gonna be a very opinionated question. You're either gonna be one way or the other. I'm kind of indifferent. How do you feel? How do you feel about this? Came up on a podcast the other day. I thought it was interesting. How do you feel about you or a male moving into a female's house? Made me think.
Ooh. Oh man. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I have I've done that before. Now in hindsight, I think that unless folks are married, that everybody should maintain their own space. And I say that for the simple fact that, you're just one or two arguments away from being homeless.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a male's perspective, because if you give up your residency and, you move in with her, she kirks out and is like, ah, yeah, you gotta get your stuff and get out of here. You gotta go find some place to stay. You gotta move your stuff. It's a whole lot of inconvenience versus, if you're married, it's like, all right, well, look, I'm gonna take the basement. You take upstairs. The kitchen and living room are neutral grounds. Now you can kind of come to some understanding, until things are resolved or worked out. But when you move into somebody's place and don't have your own, you're kind of at their mercy where they have the upper hand. And like I said, if things go south, you're kind of fighting off your back foot, trying to pull things together. So I definitely would recommend against it. I understand why people do it. Like I said, I've done it before in the past, but yeah, hindsight, definitely, maintain your own crib until there's some sort of paperwork involved. That's Tallman's 2 cents. What do you think about that?
No, I think that's real. Paperwork is the biggest thing, right? Whether you're married or not, you know what I'm saying? And I agree. I think, I've done it before, and I don't know. I feel like it does get tough because you said, right, you're two arguments away from being homeless, right? You are, you're always on this area where you're in someone else's space. Whether you're paying rent or whatever you're doing, paying the bills, whatever, at the end of the day, it's still not yours. That's whether you're leasing, whether you're renting or owning, whatever. It's still not yours. You know what I'm saying? And people are territorial. You know what I'm saying? Like people are people. I feel like there are a decent amount of folks out here that are territorial. And somewhere in their mind, they just think like, this is mine. Don't fuck up now. That type of shit, and I think that's where it kind of gets tough, and I don't say it's a no or a yay, but I think there should definitely be some kind of like agreement or paperwork of like, look, I at least get on your lease, or, we can, I pay this, you can't do this, like a real, like a lease agreement. You guys still remember, you still got to cover it. So.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I thought that was an interesting question because, it's I always say, put your name on a lease or something. Like, you got to protect yours as well. And then it's crazy. You put them out, then you really, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's a touchy subject, man. And people, like I say, territorial, man. It gets vicious sometimes.
Yeah, man, it can be, and I agree. You definitely gotta get your name on that lease, so at least you have some sort of coverage. Because if not, man, you're walking down the street with all your worldly possessions in a trash bag, man, trying to find a couch to crash on.
That is the walk of shame on steroids.
Exactly. That's the Mount Rushmore of walk of shames.
Facts.
Oh man. Now talking about, I'm not even gonna say shame, but talking about unique situations. So I came across a couple pictures and discussions on my feed about your guy Jimmy Butler. You know, this man showed up to the, I don't know if it was the NBA press day, or because the NBA season kicks off this month, which I'm excited about. Bring back basketball, so now we got football, basketball, and soccer going to be in play. So sports will definitely be taking over the TV.
Yeah.
But your man debuted his new hairstyle. He had a fresh silk press.
Yeah.
That he debuted along with some facial jewelry, and I was told that he had some painted nails. Didn't see the nails. Not really too concerned about that. I know a lot of people are doing different things with their nails, so I'm not going to harp on that. But the silk press, I got to talk about that. I'm trying to figure out what was going through his mind. What statement was he trying to make? What headspace he was in. Because I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of throw me off a little bit. I thought it was AI. I said, okay, this is an AI generated picture. This man didn't show up like that. He's not about to be, on his NBA, 2K picture. He's not gonna have
Yeah.
this silk press, but definitely need to know more of why and what's going on behind it. But I wanted to get your thoughts and opinions on his new look. His new hairstyle, man. What do you think about it?
That shit ain't cool. Shit ain't cool. I'm all about people expressing themselves. Do what you gotta do, but you gotta realize, man, people watching you too. You know what I'm saying? The youth is watching you. And shit. We was talking about bonnets last time. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Now we back on fucking silk presses. Like, I'm fucking confused. And again, I'm not here to judge folks. Like, hey, do as you do. But
Exactly. Judge free zone.
no, I'm fucking judging. Do as you do. Do as you do. I'm cool with that. I am judging. Hate it or love it. But at the end of the day, it's just hey, that people watching that. Like, kids are watching that. People, kids are looking up to you. And if you're trying to make that whole thing on express yourself and be who you are and this, that, and the third, more power to you. If that's how you feel.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, man. I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, what? I thought it was AI too.
Yeah, exactly.
This ain't real. But then he sat down and fucking swooped his hair. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's that was a bit much. You know what I'm saying? The Bama ball, the Bama can, you play, you ball, but that's a no bueno over here, buddy. Nah, buddy, it's not.
Yeah, man.
It's a paint nails thing too. I mean, say what you want to say. You can agree with it or not agree with it. It's a bit much. It's I don't know. It's a very interesting world we live in now.
Nah, it is, man. It is. I keep saying that. I mean, COVID is definitely a line. Where a lot of things happen pre-COVID, post-COVID, and this post-COVID world it's a lot more going on. I don't know if folks that came out of it, they feel more empowered to do things. And this is just all the way around, with everything we've been seeing. So it's just not, this situation, but it's like the post-COVID world is, I mean, it's a different place in regards to, how people are expressing themselves, the things people are saying out their mouth, the things people are doing, how people are just more emboldened, for the good and the bad. It's just a different world we're living in.
Yeah, and it's just wild, man. That's just wild. I don't get it. That's why I even like, when you think about this world we live in, we was chilling last night, then all of a sudden we heard all this commotion outside. And, we look outside, we like, what's going on, checking what's happening in the street. You got this couple arguing.
Mm.
Like, but not even arguing. I'm talking about like they scrapping.
Oh man.
Then the Bama just throws her to the ground and hits her, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like I know that it's sad, man.
It is.
Then all of a sudden they just fucking vanished.
Wow.
I don't know where the fuck they went. They just fucking vanished.
Wow.
But at the end of the day is, you just, one, I hope they all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that shit's just crazy out here. And you see stuff like that on TV again, like these roles. And I don't know if you believe in roles or roles, whatever you want to say. I get it, but you know what I'm saying, like still putting no hands. Like it's just, I don't know. It's just wild, man. This whole flip of the air, this whole silk press, dudes squaring up with females. That's just it's a fucked up world we live in.
Nah, man, I agree, man. Like we said, we definitely don't condone, domestic violence. Situations start to get, a little rocky, man. It's all right to walk away, to drive away, to remove yourself from the situation, but definitely shouldn't get to that point of, especially with a man laying hands on a woman or throwing women down. That's definitely, not cool. But then, like you said, the fact that the, folks just vanished into thin air, hopefully everybody is okay. Cause
yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I don't know where the fuck they went. All of a sudden, if I can turn around for a second, it was going. I was like, well, damn. But yeah, man, I definitely don't condone that. That shit ain't cool in no form, fashion, or anything. That's why I say people see what's on TV, and we gotta be careful what we put out there. People watching people.
You're right, man. You're right, man. I know I always say that, a lot of things that we see on TV and even the things we hear in music, it desensitizes people to certain situations to where people think things are the norm, when it actually isn't. But yeah, man, that's a wild one right there.
People think it's the norm, like I say, man. Like we talked about in our last show, what these artists are putting out there, man. People listening. How people showing up and thinking shit's cool. People watching, kids are watching, and then they imitating it. Not cool. Not cool. I thought about that too the other day, like when they were playing music on the radio, because I don't listen to the radio. But again, it was morning time, and I was like, let me listen to the radio. Let's see what's going on. It's fucking 7 o'clock in the morning. And it's just on some like taking Xannies and shit like that. You'd be like, come on, man, you're dropping kids off. Like it's a little bit too early for this right now. So, yeah, this world is sad.
Definitely
too much access. Too much access.
Oh man, let's go ahead and get into this. This football recap, man. I know, fantasy wise, I'm still looking for my first W of the season, man. I got quarterback woes, with Aaron Rodgers, number 8 going down. I got a revolving door of, trying to find my quarterback, man. It's killing me here, man. Each week, I throw in, quarterback who I think has the best chances of survival, and I'm getting burned, man. I'm getting burned left and right, man. And it's so bad, now I'm starting to get, trade proposals of, folks trying to pick off my team. I'm like, come on, man, it's only week 4.
That's when you know you about to go down. Like, all right, dog, you ain't about to make it past, you ain't about to make the playoffs, man. Just some folks, man. Just Help me out, man. I'll throw you a quick one.
Exactly, man. I open up my email, I see trade proposal. I'm like, is this something for the league? Well, is transparency where we're going to take a look to see, what's happening with trades. So I look up and the trade is directed towards me. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Starts. Damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough. And it's funny because, I look at the scores throughout the whole league. And I look at it and I'm always like, man, if I would have played such and such, I would have got a W. As I scored more than them. So I'm not scoring the least amount of points in the league, per week. I'm just playing everybody that's going off. They got two people who got, 30 plus points, so they got like 150, 160. I'm like, oh, come on, man. If my 110, my 115 would have beat three people, but I mean, such is life. It's the roll of the dice, man. And
get it. My QB
Washington
did his
Commanders,
thing.
huh?
My QB did his thing, man. Got 52 for me, so. So I had a good week. So I noticed every time my fantasy team wins, my boys win. Keep hoping.
Yeah.
Your Commanders, though. Let's talk about that. That was a wild game. I think that was the game of the week.
Nah, I think so, man. I haven't watched the whole game yet. I'm gonna watch the replay. As I'm kind of figuring out my stride here. So I think what was it? Week 2, Sling TV had a free preview of the Red Zone. So I watched all the 1 o'clock games. But then I started watching, the replays, just to see, what's going on, in the game, looking at the games, Saturday morning. So I'm a week late. I get it. It's cool, but that definitely looked like a good game when it went to overtime. So I'm excited about, breaking down the film on that one. And I always say, NFC East games, records don't make a difference. They're gonna play each other tough. It's always gonna be a good game, and that one definitely was a good one. And I agree with you. From everything I've seen this week from the week 4 games, I think that definitely was the game of the week right there.
That joint was on point, talking about from the NFL side, but even when Colorado played USC, Bama ball,
Yeah.
The Bama ball, and I can't be mad, man. I won't ever be mad. I cannot be mad at whatever Colorado's record's going to end up being. I mean,
I agree.
Bring life to that program, and so, boy, it's been a good weekend of sports. I know that.
I agree. I actually watched that game Sunday morning. I caught it, and I was impressed. I knew it was going to be a good game. I knew they were underdogs. With USC, but I think they definitely did the thing, and I agree with you. I mean, last year this team was 1-11.
Yeah.
So the fact that they've already won, a couple of games, and they're competitive. Where I know this game was definitely a lot closer than the previous game, but Dion is definitely turned the program around, and they did make it a game because it kind of came down towards the fourth quarter where it was like you're right there.
Yeah.
So I like it, man. I like it. I'm excited for football this year. I'm excited about the energy that the prime time is bringing there. Definitely on the sidelines. Every week you're looking to see who's there because he's bringing out the heavy hitters. For that program. So they're definitely getting the exposure and the TV time and I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, man, he's putting life in that program. I love it. I respect it and want to see nothing but the best, I know if I keep on seeing these San Fran memes, I'm gonna have to start blocking some folks.
Yeah, they're coming out the woodwork, I know a couple of the San Fran fans who've been around for a while, and if they post something, I'm like, cool. I get it. I understand. That's your squad, but it is some folks creeping up out the creases. That I'm trying to figure out. Where you were 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago. Where were you at?
Yeah. You asked me where I was at.
No, I'm talking about where these San Fran fans were.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. They were. No one's even talking about them.
Nah, not at all, man.
Getting tired of it. So we shall see. We shall see.
Yes, we will, man. Yes, we will. So what you got lined up for the weekend, man? It's holiday weekend. Monday's a holiday. So what's going on?
Not much, man. We got to, just cool it. I mean, a little one be out in the streets. That's my little roadie right there. So hopefully the weather's decent. It's fall season. Feels amazing outside. You see, I got the short sleeves on. But yeah,
I see.
I think it's gonna be a phenomenal weekend, right? We're just gonna relax, we're gonna chill, hit the streets, go swimming,
Yeah, 3.1 miles.
Try hit 3.2 this time, Try hit 3.2. But nah, it'd be a good time, man. Good weekend, soccer coming up. Other than that, I'm chilling, man. I'm gonna cool out this weekend. We're gonna cool out and kick it and see where the wind blows us. I will say that,
wrong with that.
I was getting up with the Smiles and Good Time crew, and
Okay.
they got some stuff in the oven, that's cooking, or better yet, smoking up, getting prepared for something out in November. So we'll get them out there, let y'all know what's going on when they finalize, their dates and times. But Smiles and Good Time crew, what up? So just be on the lookout for that. Other than that, cooling.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I think on this side, I'm staying put for at least a month or two. As I know, the last 5 weeks, I think I've been in 4 different countries. So I'm no flights are planned right now, at least until December. So
yeah.
So I'm keeping it local, but this weekend is shaping up to be a busy one. I got a buddy, flying in from Riyadh, so he touches down Friday afternoon around 4. Then we have a fete in the desert Friday night from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Damn.
So that should be a good time. Good time. Definitely looking forward to that. Then Saturday, one of my buddies out here has a birthday brunch that's kicking off around 4 o'clock. So that goes 4 until 9, and then after that we'll see what's happening. And Sunday, my other buddy is flying back to Saudi, so trying to see what's going on Sunday. And then Monday is the holiday, so it should definitely be a fun-filled, packed weekend, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's starting to cool down out here. I mean, in the mornings it's like 85, 90 degrees, before the humidity. So we're slowly starting to cool off. Somebody they got the hand on the dial. They turn it down to where it's only averaging about 110 a day here. So winter is definitely.
I hear you.
Winter is on the way. Another month or so. I'm lying. Probably another 6 to 8 weeks. Then we'll probably be down in the 80s as a high. I can hop back on the grill and start doing some work out there. But
yeah.
Other than that, man, all is well out here in the sandbox, man.
There we go. That's what's up. That's definitely what's up.
And I know next week, I think we have guests lined up, and we have another guest the following week. So I'm excited about these interviews coming up. That should be good. I think going into the fall, man, I'm excited. I think we got a lot of things happening here.
It'll be a good time. We got some good stuff coming up. I'm looking forward to it. Some good folks, some good brothers getting on. So that's what's up.
Indeed, indeed, man. So before we get out of here, man, any final words? Anything else you have to get off your chest?
Just keep it easy. You know what I'm saying? Just chill. Just just enjoy the day, man. I think so much shit going on. And like I say, man, everything that happened at Morgan, we want to just. I ain't gonna get on the whole religious thing, but you just want to pray for folks, make sure folks is all right, man. And that's all you can look for, man. You got this house and make it home every day. That's all you want to do.
That's it, man. That's it. Once again, shout out to Shisha to you. Don't forget you can follow him on IG. You can follow us on Twitter at In the Bowl Pod. We always say we are two highly opinionated individuals. So if we said something that struck a chord with you, definitely hit us up in the comments. Give us your thoughts and your comments. We love to hear the opinions of others. So definitely don't be shy. Hit us up. And last but not least, don't forget to keep those hookahs clean. After every use, just go ahead and rinse it out, clean it up, so that way when you're ready to smoke, half the work has already been done. So until next time, we appreciate y'all.